Yo, Lou, this is Francis from Heightstown. I come from the land of condos, and 85% of my outlets, every time I plug something in, actually recess into the wall. What would be your best suggestion as far as fixing that?
Now, it may be as easy as tightening a few screws. First thing, I want you to shut off the breaker before you do any repair on your home that has to do with electrical. Now, behind the wall, there's something called a plaster ring, which is this metal thing right now. This edge, in a perfect world, is flush with the outside of the drywall, the painted surface. And your receptacle should rest up against this ring, which is also the drywall. Now, if it's not tight, that's where you can get a lot of this movement. You can try tightening up these screws and then putting the trim plate over the top to make it nice and snug. But if it's a plastic trim plate, chances are if you tighten it too much, it'll crack. Upgrade to a metal trim plate. It's stronger, and when you tighten it, it'll keep stuff nice and snug, so when you plug it in, you don't get that movement. Here's an email from Margot. I have these silverfish in my bathroom. The room faces east, so it's nice and warm. The tub is a surround. Can water from the shower get behind the tub and cause moisture for these fish? I spray them with Home Defense monthly, and it seems to slow them down a bit, but I can't get rid of them. In capital letters, please. Help! I'm so sick of seeing them. Well, Margot, you know, I know silverfish is a term and it makes it sound all warm and cuddly, but they're actually bugs. And we live in their world, they don't live in ours, and so controlling them is pretty difficult. Now, to your question about can water be getting behind the surround area? Yeah, it's possible. I would check the caulking to make sure that it's nice and tight, but they're probably coming in from the drain and the overflow. And if you scrub the sidewalls of those drains, you may actually solve this problem. So the overflow cover can come off. It's typically 2 screws. And the drain, if you can take it completely off, that can help as well. For you to be able to get a pipe cleaner down in there and some hydrogen peroxide. Clean the sidewalls and disinfect the sides of the drains, and that will probably eliminate the problem. And to test this, after you scrub it, close the drain, cover the overflow with some saran wrap and some painter's tape for a couple of days. Hopefully you have another bathroom that you can use. And then if you don't see any more of the silverfish or bugs, then you've solved the problem. Diane writes, we're interested in installing a geothermal heating and cooling system when we build our new home. We live in Indiana, and we get extreme cold spells in the winter, 5 to -20 degrees, and we have concerns the geothermal system will not supply enough heat for the extreme cold. Should we be concerned? Well, Diane, I've walked through that -20 degrees, and you're right, it is cold. But I wouldn't worry about a geothermal system. It actually will keep your home as comfortable as you want it to be, but more efficiently than anything else. Now, obviously you know that with a geothermal system, they sink pipes down into the ground, below the frost line, and circulate a solution like a glycol or something else, and use that temperature below the frost line to help heat your home. Well, that temperature is always consistent, and it circulates through your home and will keep you comfortable both in the winter and the summer. And don't forget this too, with the energy tax credits that are out there right now, you can get a 30% credit on that system. 30% on the total number. That's for geothermal only. So install it, save money, and enjoy.